Hey everybody, welcome to week 1 of the String 'em Up Christmas Challenge. Remember, our goal for this project is to learn the chord progression to one traditional Christmas song a week throughout the month of December. Hopefully, which will result in 4 songs ready to play by Christmas Eve and a bonus song ready to play by New Year's Eve. Now, all we really need to know for this challenge are some major and minor primaries, a handful of 7th chords, and the matrix. So let's jump into our Christmas Challenge Part 1, Jingle Bells. Now, if you really think about it, while Jingle Bells is arguably the most popular Christmas song there is, think about it, your 2-year-old niece knows the words. It's not actually a Christmas song. Christmas is never mentioned, not once. It's really more of a winter song, but that's okay because it's seasonal and it fits our purposes. So let's begin by discussing the structure or the form of the song. Now, if you quickly hum or sing through the tune, it becomes obvious that there are 2 distinct 16-bar sections. A chorus, which we'll call the A section. This is the sing-along part, the Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. And a verse part, which we'll call the B. This is the story portion of the song, the dashing through the snow. Now, since each section has its own distinct melody and chord changes, we can think of each section as a separate mini song. And this should help us learn the song quicker and easier by only having to absorb 2 16-measure chunks instead of 1 long 32-measure chunk. So let's look at each section separately. If we take a quick look at the A section, we should notice very quickly that the first 2-line phrase is virtually identical to the second 2-line phrase. Now, this repetition should cut your workload down by, well, half. Also, notice that out of these 16 measures, 11 are C chords, which are the 1 chord. And the remainder are simply a smattering of F, which is the 4, and G7, which is the 5-7 chord. And as long as you're comfortable playing these 3 chord shapes, you should be able to play this section in no time. Now, if you're not comfortable with a standard F or a bar chord F, feel free to use the easy F major 7 voicing that we discussed earlier in the major primaries episode. So here's what the A section sounds like. Hopefully, as you play, you can hear exactly where the lyrics would fall in relationship to the chord changes. Pretty simple, right? Now, just as we saw with the A section, the B section is made up of 2 virtually identical 2-line phrases. Actually, they are identical. Again, this cuts our efforts by half. And to be quite honest, this section couldn't be much easier. So at this point, everyone should be pretty confident with what's going on with your fretting hand. But before we move on, let's tweak things just a bit more. So did any of you feel like there should have been a couple of extra chords in the progression? Well, okay, here's the same chord progression. And if you'll notice, there actually are 2 new chords, a C7 and a standard G. Why? Well, I think I can explain this phenomenon without getting too theoretical or technical. So check this out. If a chord is the 5 chord, it can always become a 7th chord. In other words, in the key of C, the 5 chord, G, can become G7 just because it feels like it. It doesn't have to, it can stay major, but the option is always there. Make sense? Now, stay with me here. If a chord is acting like a 5 chord, it can also become a 7th chord. So look at the C in measure 4. It's the 1 chord. Why is it now a C7? Because aren't 7th chords usually 5s? Okay, Here's the key. Look at the chord which follows in measure number 5. It is an F. Now consider, what is the 5 in the key of F? Well, we can go F, G, A, B, C. So it's a C. In other words, that fourth C is acting like the 5 in the key of F. Therefore, it can become a C7. Now ask yourself, is this one of the missing chords that you might have heard earlier? Now, this phenomenon can happen in any key. In fact, these kind of chords are called secondary dominants. And there's an easy trick to figure out which chords can become sevenths. If a major chord moves up 4 letters, it can become a seventh. For example, a C chord moving to F, C, D, E, F. Yes, the C can become a seventh. Let's try another. In the key of G, G moving to D, G, A, B, C, D. So can that G become a seventh? No, because it's moved 5 notes away. Make sense? One final thought before we move on. Could all of the C's in the first 4 measures become C7 since they're eventually going to move to F? Well, not really. Simply because we have to feel the C as the 1 chord initially. So simply turn the final measure of that C into a 7th, and you'll hear the temporary modulation into the key area of F. And notice that our newly enhanced chord progression has a little extra flavor to it. Now, if we play Jingle Bells at a slow tempo, any matrix-based strumming pattern will work nicely. Something weird happens with Jingle Bells when we run it up to a fast tempo, which is where we're used to hearing it. If we try playing a matrix-based accompaniment at high speeds, the strumming pattern can take over and obscure the tune. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey! Now, remember, our accompaniment, our guitar accompaniment, should always accompany and serve the interests of the vocal melody and the lyrics. So how do we lighten up our strumming but still keep that rhythmic intensity and energy which we expect the song to have? Well, play all quarter note downstrokes. This may seem almost as if our strumming is regressing, but consider this: quarter notes give us a little bit of space and the downstrokes give us energy. Also, because we've cut the number of strokes by half, you won't wear your right arm out at breakneck speeds. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Okay, one more thing while we're playing all downstrokes. For those of you who are comfortable with playing bass notes, and by the way, this is going to be the topic of an upcoming video, consider playing a bass note on counts 1 and 3, and play strums occurring on counts 2 and 4. This produces a rhythmic pulse that we refer to as a 2-beat. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! And then once you get comfortable with that, try alternating bass notes for a little more motion. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So to close this episode out, I'm going to play and sing Jingle Bells first at a slow and then at a fast tempo. Feel free to play along, rewind, and repeat. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleigh song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A couple of final thoughts. You don't have to do bass note strumming or just plain strumming, matrix strumming, all quarter downstrokes. You can use any of these things, and you can play this at any tempo you would like. You also don't have to take on all of these secondary dominant chords. You can play just the regular chord progression that we started out with today, and it'll work just fine. Remember, like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the channel's content. Also, comments are always welcome, and feel free to make any suggestions for topics you might like to see in future episodes. So next week we'll take a look at Silent Night and learn the mechanics of playing a waltz. So have fun, stay safe, and do well on all your finals. Happy holidays. See you next time. Bye.